welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. You know, we've been doing a lot of interesting series of articles over at priceofbusiness.com talking about some really important business issues. And we've done a series on does your product or service need C-suite attention? Spending some time with the interviewee of that article, Jason Atkins. He's with a company called 360 Incentives. That's 360incentives.com. Jason, welcome to the program. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself and 360 Incentives.
Sure. So I'm the founder and CEO of 360 Incentives. I founded in the summer of 2008. And the company modernizes the way that companies engage and promote sales within their channel.
What part of the country are you in?
We're actually in Toronto, Canada, but we also have an office in New Jersey in the U.S.
Okay, very good, very good. What? Tell us about what you do and how it's different from the prominent business model out there. Because let's face it, everything new better have some reason why people should leave what they're already doing to pursue it.
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple ways that we look at it. We're very different, and one is we believe we're in a connected world now. So when you want to promote something to an end consumer, you got to really worry about experience. A negative experience goes viral very quickly, just like a positive experience. So we want to make sure we get those brand ambassadors out there for brands. Okay,
so how do you do that? How do you make sure that doesn't have a negative? You don't have a negative experience.
So we look at how do you connect with those people. So when they're doing a promotion, what are all those different engagement points? How do they submit the claim? What is the status of the feedback you're providing with the claim experience? And then how are you asking them to be a brand advocate for you going forward? Okay.
And so what you're basically an accountability program for companies that have incentive programs. And let's face it, there are no restrictions or requirements really in the creation of them. And there's not even a whole lot of perimeters. It's like, hey, we want to get people to become loyal. Let's create a program. And then a lot of this stuff becomes an afterthought. You try to add systems in advance with built-in accountability, those type of things.
Yeah, and what we want to do is we want to provide the measurement throughout it. And what we want companies to be able to do is take that data from how they ran that incentive program and make a better program next time. Figure out what's the best way to incent consumers, incent their dealers, incent the people that sell their products to get their products out there.
Okay. So tell me typically how it works. I'm assuming that most of your clients find you, or do you reach out to clients? How does that work?
Well, typically, as we were talking about, it's about the C-suite. So we've got to get in front of large organizations, in front of their C-suite, which is challenging to do. But once we get there, typically an ROI that we can show them, either from the engagement side where we can drive revenue, or from the compliance side. One of the big things in the promotions industry is that with new technology, people have learned how to get around systems. So we have a compliance department that ensures that claims that come through are valid, and that's upwards of 10 to 12% of claims that come through are invalid.
Okay. And what is the what's the gotcha, if you will, when you pitch it to the C-suite? And who in the C-suite do you want to try to reach?
So typically sales operations or finance people are really concerned about the compliance side. They want to make sure that they're paying the claims, but they're paying the valid claims. And then the experience and the revenue growth is we're looking at marketing and the salespeople.
So
it's C-level, so CFO, CRO, VP sales, CMO, those type of people.
Yeah, very good, very good. And where are you at as far as your company today? What would you say is the size range that you have as clients?
So our clients are large organizations, companies such as LG and GE, Whirlpool, Samsung, Electrolux, Lennox, so very major brands, and we'll run about $1 billion through the platform this year.
Wow, that's fantastic. And are you on a growth? Would you consider yourself in a growth mode?
Absolutely. We've been growing, between 70 and 100% every year. And the big reason is because the ROI our clients can see. So last year we ran $500 million through the system, and we saved our clients over $15 million in invalid claims.
Fantastic. Well, listen, I appreciate you being with us today. I want to encourage the listener to get a lot more information, obviously, especially if they have programs like this. Incentive programs, I think, are so important, but they do have to make sense. Jason Atkins, he's with 360incentives.com, 360incentives.com. Jason, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here, including this interview with Jason, will be found over there at usdatareview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Stay tuned for more on The Price of Business.